G'day guys, welcome back again to take 3 of the Wandering Ring Pour. If you've seen the other 2, you'll know that the first one, I'll just grab it, way too much silver for my liking, so I cut back on the silver and I did a few more layers in the cup, but layering was not a good idea. Lots of layers sort of turned to mud, so not too many layers this time I've found. And I've also thought I would make my paints a little bit thicker because I'm not getting my definite lines, definite rings that I want. So for these I have got Floetrol. There's my Floetrol. And I'm using Artist Loft paint. I have gold, black, and silver that I had brought in from Michael's. I'm in Australia, so I had to organise to get them here by a third party. So, my previous Wandering Ring pours from earlier today, I did 1 part Floetrol, 1 part paint, which I have got here for the black. 1 part Floetrol, 1 part paint. With your metallics, you always have to mix the metallics thicker, I've found, and if you've seen my other videos, you'll know that is the case. So in here, I've got 1.5 parts paint to 1 part Floetrol, so making it a bit thicker. No silicone. Alright, so now I'm not going to put the background down. I'm just going to put a little bit of black between my pours. Okay, let's move that out of the way, and hopefully this will be the last one for today. This is my 3rd one. So hopefully it will be the last. So I'm only going to do 3 layers. I found with the last one, as I said, the more layering I did, the more muddy it got. Actually, that's a bit much. Take that out. Because I want to put a bit of black between the metallics. Bit of gold, about 1/3 of my gold. Bit of black, just a touch. I've got less of the silver this time. I've probably only got half the amount of silver as I've got to gold, because the silver really took over last time. It was really quite strong. So, just going to do the 3 layers instead of lots of layers. That'll be the last of that one. And a little bit of black. I think that will be enough. Oh, a little tiny bit of silver. Might as well finish it off. That's a lot of paint in there. Probably don't need all that. Bring this back. It's such a messy workspace after doing 2 others. This is a puppy piddle pad, so it soaks up a lot of paint, which is great. Right, now I'm just going to pinch this where the colours have been poured from. Make a little spout. I'm not going to do a black background, but as I said, I will put some black in between. I just don't want the silver on the black background to muddy. Right, here we go. See how we go with the thicker mix. Looking good so far. Have more defined rings. Tends to go a little bit more muddy towards the end, and more cells where the paint has been mixing in the cup. As I swirl, the paint's mixing in there. Okay, so what I'm going to do with this extra black is I'm going to put a bit in here and a bit along here. This is what I've done previously with one of my pours. my wandering ring paws, and I was quite happy with it. I didn't get the muddying from having colours on top of a black background, especially if you've got white in here and then you've put it on a black background. I find it tends to go a bit muddy, so right, that'll do. I can always add more if I want to. Leave it on quite thick, it can be pushed off. This is the same consistency as the black in the paw. So it can be squished up and pushed down, that's fine. Okay, a bit of a torch with my blowtorch, butane blowtorch, just to pop any bubbles. No silicone in this at all, but as you can see, cells popping up already. More so down here where the colours have mixed more. As the colours mix together, rub up against each other, you'll get more cells, which is happening. And that's from the Floetrol. Okay, let's tilt. I'll go down there first. Hopefully this is going to work. Hopefully my black's not going to stop it from moving. I can always put a little bit of extra black on because I do want some black on my corners. I like the contrast of having black. I think it looks really pretty against the silver and the gold if you have a nice pop of black. Alright, off we go, off the corner. Leave a tiny bit of black there on the corner, I like that. Back this way. So I've got a good amount of black in here, which is what I wanted. My last one just didn't have that pop of black. The rings, the wandering rings sort of enclosed it, I guess, and I lost a lot of that black, which I wanted. Okay, now I'll go to that corner, bring the weight of the paint back. I'll go to that corner down there. It is moving slower. You can see the difference, the paint's a lot thicker, but it's not muddying as much. I'm getting my rings. Put a little bit of black on this corner. Still haven't decided if I'm going to use these colours or whether I want to incorporate white when I do my big paw, my 1.5 metre paw. I do like the silver, but the white against the black is really striking. Okay, turn that around. And a little bit more black. And we'll go off there. Try and hang on to it so it doesn't slide off. Just tilt it a little bit as I go as well, so we can aim for that corner and for the bottom at the same time. I'm losing all my black there, so I'm going to pop a little bit more on. So I want to keep some of the black on the corner. Really liking this amount of black here in the centre. Didn't get that with the last two paws. Okay, that's got that bottom area. Now just this last corner to cover. And we're done. Now, just check the composition a bit. I'd like this black to come down a little bit further this way. So we've got some black going up there, some black coming down here. Just wanted it a little bit further this way. I'll turn it around so you can see. And maybe bring this down a little bit to that corner. That corner's a bit plain, a lot of silver happening down there. Move it down a bit. Looks like the weather's changing outside. Might get some rain. It's winter here in Australia, in Queensland at the moment, but it's quite a warm day. It's not really going to move much anymore. Paint's really quite thick, as I said, so I'll just leave that. Run my finger along the bottom there just to loosen it up. Okay. Well, that's interesting. I don't know whether I love it. There's a lot of gold here, plain gold. Maybe if I push that silver through, these little silver fingers will make their way across to the gold and cover it up a little bit more. Maybe I should try that. See what happens, because that's a lot of negative space there for the gold. Off it goes, taking its time. These little silver fingers, quite interesting. I'll turn it so you can see what I'm doing, just in case you can't see. Here comes the rain. Just push this down a little bit, just so that that last finger gets off the edge, and then I'll bring it back. Okay. I think that's a better effect than having all that gold on the side. It was just too much negative space. Alright, bring it back again. Bring the weight back into the centre. Now I don't like this curve there, so I'll just take a little bit of that off. Even though that was my black. Bring the weight of the paint back to the centre. Okay, I think I'll leave it there. Still got quite a big block of silver in the middle there. It's not too bad. It goes from light silver down to a darker shade of silver. It's got a little bit of lacing in it. So it's not too bad. I'll give this a hit with the torch just to get any air bubbles out. Again, my black was really lost in this pour. I'm just going to try and bring this bit of black through here a bit. Follow this around. A little bit more. Bring it through. There we go. That'll close up. It's really raining now. I think that's a better look. I would like to do it to this black as well, but I don't want to ruin it. Alright, so what do you think of that? I'll show you the previous one. A lot more silver. Gold got lost. It's kind of greyish. This one was the first one, which had a lot of silver again. black got lost. It's got a bit more gold in it. So what do you think? 1, 2 or 3? Which do you prefer? I may still go back to my original. This is the one I did a few months ago, black, gold and white. I do like that. The contrast between the black and the white is really pretty. That was 1 part Floetrol, 1 part paint. I do like that. I'm just not sure about this block here of colour. I'm just going to shut this door. It's better. Rain's coming down now. Alright, I'll take you in for a close-up. Please join the Australian Acrylic Pouring Group on Facebook, and you can see all my experiments and everyone's lovely pours that they put up, and I'd love you to have a go at this and show me your results. I love seeing everyone's results, their pours. It's great to get new ideas from people all around the world, so come and join us. Alright, there we go, in for a close-up. And I'll see you for the next one. Bye for now.